What is up, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Random 2v2. As you can see, a new season has just started, and I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to go back to the roots of Random 2v2. So today, I'm going to do a challenge where I need my teammates to help me out. I had a really cool idea for the first game, so it kind of depends on what race my teammate's going to be, but the idea I have is that today, I am going to be a support player. So one thing I would love to make happen is if I'm the one making medevacs, my teammate could be the one making zealots or roaches, and we could just make like an incredible roach push. Ideally, I could go Viking medevac, which by itself sounds like the dumbest composition ever, because I guess I could do Viking drops, but besides that, there is no real correlation there. But I could have Vikings as anti-air and medevacs to heal my teammate zealots, which would make for a pretty sick composition. I mean, I feel like most of us have thought of StarCraft like that at some point. Like, zealot beats the ground, Vikings beat the air. Sounds perfect. Let's do it. All right, the first game of the day is with a Zerg against a Zerg and a Protoss. Now, this is the perfect race for my teammate to have if I'm going to play the medevac style. Because medevacs only heal biological, I believe, and every single Zerg unit is biological. Imagine queens with transfuse and medevacs. That would be awesome. Oh, we played before? Oh, sorry. I don't actually remember for once. Oh, no, that feels so brutal. Because I usually remember my teammates, but this time I mean, the name sounds familiar, but I don't remember the game. I have a sick build. He's gonna. If he says hi again with a smiley, I feel like he's definitely going to be. He's definitely going to be on board. So yeah. I think he can make whatever he wants. Maybe roaches would be the best. I make medevacs, you make units. How about that? Like, I think roaches would be the best, but I'm not 100% sure. I think, like, lings would be good, but lings are still gonna die to splash damage. Maybe roaches. Yeah, I can go Viking medevac, like I said. Is there anything else I need to think of? No worries. I mean, I'm not really gonna babysit his play and find like every single mistake. You know, a big part of these team games, I was actually doing coaching yesterday. Coach someone on a 4v4 replay. I think a big part of team games is that there's always at least a little element of it being casual and fun to some degree, right? Like 1v1 can get extremely stressful. 4v4, I mean, sure, it can also be stressful, but as long as there's an element of fun, it always just makes it a little bit better. So, I mean, I could tell him, you should make your queen at this supply, but, you know, just build roaches however you want to build them, and then we can see how well it's going to be, how well it's going to do with the medevacs. Let's see, we are playing against a non-Terran team, which I actually think is very nice, because tanks would have been the worst thing to go up against. Immortal's obviously also strong, but you know what I'm really looking forward to? I want to see Roach medevac against Roach, and just so we can see the difference, you know. I feel like that would be freaking incredible. Went for a drone scout. That's actually some really good service for me, because usually Zergs don't drone scout, and I'm the one that would have to scout, but I don't like SCV scouting because it feels expensive. That is why I don't have to, so thank you, Mr. Metaspace. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna try and help him. Oh, wait! Yeah, I think he did barely enough damage, right? Yeah. Wait, the drone Reaper harassment, baby. Let's go. We're actually kind of owning him with this. He's going to make a spine. I think those lings are going to finish in time. That's not a Zergling. Okay, can I block him? He's going to try to make a building. Oh, I actually blocked him there. Look at that. Yeah, so he's trying to make a spine. I'm going to try to distract the queen. Look, I'm trying to bait it away. I can take one more hit. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I can at least... No, I'm not going to be able to get closer here. Good micro by that Zerg player to put the queen back on my Reaper. If that worked, that would have been the sickest strat ever, to be honest, but sadly it didn't. I'm going to make a couple cars. I'm going to put the starport next to that already. It's going to take a little bit of time to build anyway, and then we'll see. I guess if he goes for lair roach speed, besides that, I don't think there's anything we... Oh, I could have blocked that. Anything we really need necessarily for this strategy to work. I kind of want to see what... Dude, for a second I thought my SCV still building the starport. I kind of want to know what Mr. Protoss is doing. There's a Phoenix that is a fake Phoenix. That was kind of what I expected, to be honest. I saw some links. Yeah, I'm going to be able to deal with that with my Hellions just fine. Actually, perfect timing on those Hellions, by the way. Holy cow. Here it sucks that there's creep, because the creep is freaking making his Zerglings run faster. Oh, man. Creep in 2v2 will always remain something weird, you know? I feel like no one will ever figure out if it's actually good to even spread creep or not. Okay, so first I'm gonna make 2 Vikings. The reason why I'm going to make 2 Vikings is because there could be an Oracle. I wouldn't say probably not. Because he hallucinated a Phoenix. It's going to be Blink plus a Robo. Or well, I imagine it's going to be Blink. Anything would be okay here, actually. It's going to be a nice little initial battle. Then I'm going to start getting those extra gases. Yeah, with just Lings, you're not going to be able to defend this. This exactly right here, by the way, tips to all the Protoss players in team games. This is why you want to make an Oracle. One Oracle shuts this down instantly. If you don't go for an Oracle, it's actually pretty difficult to go up against the Hellion Zergling. Let's see, I'm not 100% sure about this fight. I think my Hellions are going to do okay. It's also trading pretty well against the Stalkers. All in all, this was quite nice. Nothing to complain about. And now it's time to start building some medevacs. I guess I shouldn't exaggerate too much on the medevac count. It's easy to get carried away and just make a million of them. Let's see. Oh, he actually went for a Bailing Nest. Okay, I mean, it's fine with me. Like I said, he can make whatever unit he wants. I kind of was under the impression that he was going to make Roaches because he asked me what he was supposed to do. And I said Roaches and he made something else. But it's going to be okay anyway. As long as he makes enough Zerglings, I think it's going to be fine. Like, Bailings... Like, it literally... It's like a negative if I heal them because they're supposed to explode. It actually sounds... Medevac Bailing sounds like the worst composition that anyone has ever invented. I'm sure it hasn't been done before because who on earth would go for a Hellion or Medevac Bailing, but... Okay, let's see. I mean, he does have a lot of Bailings here. I'm just going to click all my Medevacs on his guys. There is a Overlord over there. My Vikings are kind of downtown. Guess I'll send them. Here you go. Does he have upgrades yet? He does not have upgrades yet. I guess I'll go for some... No, not yet. I wanted to make armories, but I don't have enough gas yet. Okay. Yo, look at the queen is being healed. Yo, wait, we actually saved the queen. That is cool. Okay. Now, this is why he needs roaches. Please make roaches. I would love to see it so badly, man. We need roaches in here. Man, roach, medevac roach. GG?
Ready for dust off.
Did I just scare him away with medevacs? Huh? I have no idea what just happened. All he saw was Zergling medevac, and he was like, yeah, this is too much. I can't beat this, guys. That is actually a hilarious rage quit, not gonna lie. Yeah, this guy is a big army. My teammate needs to make the units, by the way. Once again, medevac Bailing is not the best composition ever. I hope there's roach. Okay, he's making roaches now. Okay, perfect. It's gonna be slightly too late for me to get this base, I'm sure. Yeah, I just need to click my units on his Bailings. Medevacs are not gonna heal the Vikings, so that is a slight downside, of course. Command Center is gonna stay alive. He's gonna go for a counter attack, which I like. I feel like with how this is going... Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say, we might not even see the medevac healing the units come into play. This game was just extremely weird. I think this Zerg considered his attack to be all-in because he had no probes. Then he saw... I'm not even kidding. He saw... he had 8 roaches, and this was 17 Zerglings. Like... I'm not even sure with the medevacs if the Zerglings would have won this fight. I think maybe with the medevacs they would have, but... That is a hell of a timing to leave. My teammate had 74 supply. This guy had 83. Their Protoss had 79. And I probably had a bit more than that, 87. But it was all in all very close. I mean, I guess we cooked him with the Link Stalker attack. I guess this game is just a nice warm-up. Let's go on with the same stuff. Okay, game number 2 is with a Protoss player called Easy Computer. Hope he's a little better than that. Against 2 Protoss players. Oh, this guy I remember. That's Mr. Canarush from a couple episodes ago. Hello. Medevac Zealot is, I guess together with Medevac Roach, I honestly don't really have a preference for this video. I think are my 2 favorites though. I think Medevac Zealot sounds fantastic. Medevac Roach sounds fantastic as well. I think Medevac Zealot sounds very brutal against Terran players in particular. And they were double Protoss, right? So maybe... Actually, I don't really mind. I think Zealots are gonna rock against everything. Guy is a cannon rusher. Let me give him a tip. I know my fellow 2v2 homies are afraid of cannon rushes. Guess I'll just try to help him out. It's actually very nice that he didn't wall. There's probably a pylon going up there as well. I'm gonna sure to follow him actually. Let's see. No pylon over here, so I don't have to worry. He just take his gas. He just took my homie's gas. That is messed up. Yeah, I mean that pylon is literally not going to do anything. This cannon rush has been dismantled already. Maybe if I'm very fancy, I can kill this probe, by the way. Am I fancy enough for that? That's the question. Let's see. Okay. Get forked. Sometimes I really have a lot of fun in those small engagements. Like a cannon rushing, it's an art, guys. If you play against someone that knows how to defend cannon rushes, it's you know, you really need to be pretty freaking good at it. I think he probably canceled his forge. I'm sure he was building it already. He probably canceled the forge and then went for a nexus instead. I think that's what happens. That guy's going for a double gas. I have a sick build. Want to try it? For a second, I forgot to ease him into the strategy. I wonder if there's something over here. No, right? No, I didn't manage to build anything. I guess he is blocking that nexus, which is kind of annoying. Let's see. He went for a defensive forge. At least I think that was supposed to be defensive. I don't know if he wanted to cannon rush. If you happy, okay. I guess. I mean, I'll take it. Doesn't sound too enthusiastic, but I'll take it. You make zealots. I make medevacs. I mean, I think this is a challenge that most people would enjoy. Sometimes, like for example, when I tried to get people to feed me so I could go for a super PC rush, I can imagine that they didn't like the idea that much because they might not feel like they get to play. On this challenge, if he does it, it feels like they're just playing on steroids. Like they're playing as they normally would, but then I heal their units basically. They just have to make the rare Protoss unit that gets healed by medevacs. Let's see. Okay, Cybernetic score is very late. Yeah, his teammate is to help him. If he doesn't, this guy is going to lose 5 probes. Already lost 3, I believe, so it's not exactly pleasant for him. Good micro there on pulling that probe back. He did pull it back in anyway, so I'm going to be able to kill it. That was almost a really good catch. I'm being a little risky with the Reaper just because I'm expecting a unit to get out of here any second. I was really expecting his teammate to help faster. Okay, there's the Adept. And we're going to switch it up for a little bit. There we go. Take some rest, heal the Reaper. And then we're going to be in a pretty good position going to the macro game. Admittedly, my strategy is going to be a little risky against that double gas. Or against that double gate, sorry. Okay, so it's going to be mass phoenixes. I think what I have to do to make this strategy work is just make enough Vikings, but that is really not going to be easy. Phoenix is obviously built a little faster with the chrono boost, right? Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'll right-click these Hellions past. If I dodge him, it's going to make for a nice distraction. We get a couple of Widow Mines, and then he's going for a Fleet Beacon. Okay, I mean, this guy... Hey, actually, this is not the end of the challenge, because... Hey, this could actually be cool. SCVs can repair Protoss units, guys. So even if I can't heal him with the medevacs, I am going to be able to heal him with my SCVs. Like if he goes carriers against Phoenix, Phoenix are normally pretty good in that situation. But if I'm healing, or repairing, I should say, the carriers with my SCVs, that could still work out very, very well. I mean, it's going to be a little bit later down the road, right? Because for now, he's not going to be moving out anytime soon, I would say. I will help you with SCVs repair. I think a lot of people don't even know that you can do that, so he might be incredibly confused right now. Does he have defense? He does have a cannon. I don't think cannons kill Phoenixes very fast, so if the other guy would YOLO in, he would definitely be able to kill all, if not most, of his probes. Mothership can also be repaired. I guess every single Protoss unit can be repaired, right? I think. Wait, is it the... I get confused. It's the health that can get repaired. So not the shield, you can repair the health. Or maybe you can repair both. I want to say it's just health for some reason. Or maybe I'm confusing with medevacs healing. I mean, I guess we'll see. For now, you know, we're just chilling. So what I want to do here is make more command centers. I'm going to try. And he likes it. There we go. That's the first little bit of... oh, he was about the Widow Mines. Thought it was about the SCVs. That's the first little bit of enthusiasm I got from him. Like, he's been very mellowly, I don't think that's a word, but very, very relaxed, you know, agreeing with my strategy. But now that's the first time he actually seems a little excited. But yeah, if I make more command centers, I'll be able to make more SCVs, and I can actually send more SCVs with his unit. So it's going to be triple Stargate. He hasn't made a Stargate unit yet, I believe. He actually went straight for the Mothership. Which is probably not even a bad strategy, especially for team games, because Motherships now are freaking strong. Let's see, 700 health. I'm very tempted to shoot it with something so I can try and repair it, but I don't want to make him think that I'm team killing him, because I'm sure he's had it at least once in 2v2. It does happen a decent amount, sadly. Okay, so there's a fleet beacon now for Mr. Guy. I can actually click my Vikings on his mothership. I think that's going to be a nice way to go about it. Make a couple turrets over here. There we go. Yeah, the thing about a mothership is it has 700 health, so it's a super good tank, right? That's the thing with Vikings. Vikings are flimsy, but they have long range. Against Phoenixes, Phoenixes are fast. Means they catch up to the Vikings pretty fast. Okay, I would love for him to go. He's going to try the lift. I'm going to block. Look, I'm blocking the... Oh, that was actually such a cool play. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it is the health, right? Yeah, it is the health that we can repair, not the shields. Yeah, look at that. That's actually so cool. So if you have a shield battery... if you have a shield battery and SCVs, you can heal that thing up entirely. That's the downside of shield batteries. If your units drop into... like if you take health damage, your shield batteries don't heal it. They only heal the shields. So combined, we're going to be able to heal both. I guess I'll click these here for now. I really want to make sure that none of his big units die. It's going to be quite hard against the massive stalkers though. So the carrier has 250... 300 health actually. Okay, very, very nice. Let's see. There's no units over here. I think we've killed enough Phoenixes that I can do this. Need to be a little careful. Yeah, exactly. We do have more Vikings than he has Phoenixes, so that's nice. I'm going to keep making SCVs. Okay, you don't want to do that. Is there blink stalkers anywhere nearby? I don't think so. Let's see if I can get a snipe. That is going to die. Oh, that's so many actually. I didn't think he was going to have that many. In the end, it's going to be a pretty good trade because Mr. Phoenix is getting a little bit overzealous here. There we go. Let's back off now. Careful. He needs to go back. Like, he's gonna die. Yeah, thank you. I'm looking at the minimap at his army. He needs to go back right now or he would die. I'm gonna put this planetary, or I'm gonna put the CC in a good position for that to be a planetary. And he doesn't have upgrades on the stalkers yet, so that is nice. I'm gonna go for the armory so I can get not just the upgrades, but actually also servo, so I can land my Vikings faster. It's gonna be a good idea. Going to be an okay trade. I think we should be able to kill 2 of these. It's really hard. I can't tell if I'm targeting the correct one. There's one more low HP one. Yeah, I mean, I was even getting closer with my eyes to the screen, but I couldn't find it. Okay, he has to be careful. Going to pull a bunch of SCVs so I can repair. He might... No, he's not going to blink forward. Okay. The little zealots over here, too. Yeah. Oh, I do still have 2 of those widow mines. That's quite nice. Let me run away from those. Then we surround the zealots. And we're going to be able to deal with it just fine. Planetary was not quite ready yet, unfortunately. I still have 71 SCVs, by the way. So we are completely fine here. Maybe I need even more planetaries. It would make sense. Turret's going to take care of that observer, which is nice as well. Let's see. I'm going to get servos first with that armory finishing. And then we'll get the upgrades for the Vikings. And then... Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to click a couple of SCVs on that. I feel like the more hectic this game gets, the lower the chance I'm actually going to be able to pull SCVs reactively. So I'm just going to pull a bunch of SCVs on that. Stop rallying the Vikings there because of the most likely incoming Zealot counterattack that he just did before. Since it was successful, I would imagine he's going to try to do it again. Let's see. He's still building... Okay, that's actually a bit annoying because it's the right choice. And that's unpleasant. If he was making carriers, Tempest, whatever, I would feel more freedom. Right now, since Phoenixes are so good at jumping on top of Vikings, I can't move out unless I'm sure I have more Vikings. And then even then, I need to make sure that the Stalkers are nearby. Because then, you know, what happened before is going to happen again. He does have +2 attack on the carriers. He's currently posting +3. I think it's going quite well. I think when the fight happens, the big fight, ideally I'll have like 120 SCVs. I'll literally put like 40 on his army or something. And then we're going to be in a decent spot. That guy's playing triple forge, guys. He had 0-0-0 before and now he has 1-1-1. He's playing triple forge mass stalker. I mean, I kind of dig it actually. It's pretty cool, can't lie. I'm a big triple forge enjoyer myself, so... let's see, how much supply does my teammate have? Okay, there's a lot of stuff over here. Yeah, I guess I can do a little scan for him so he can see. Gonna make another starport and another one. Planetary is gonna be a very nice... Oh, look at this. If the carriers... This is gonna be such a nice fight for us, I'm sure. Look at this. He's not focus firing the planetary with all the stalkers. Here we go. He's gonna try doing that now. The carriers are gonna be awesome here for sure, though. Look at that. So many stalkers going down is absolutely beautiful. Doesn't have that many lifts, so he can't lift that many stalkers, but it was still a fantastic fight, of course. Oh, he's going for Tempest. Beautiful. Okay, that's what I like to see. It's gonna make my stuff so much more efficient. Gonna click more SCVs on that, replace this with an orbital for now, and then we're gonna go for a little flyby. Yeah, my teammate is still strong. That's exactly what I wanted for this video, right? To support my allies. And so far, I think we're doing well. I made sure that he wasn't going to feel too attacked, keeping my SCVs on there at all times. Trying to get the scouting done for him. And I am in a little bit of trouble army-wise. 140 supply is really not that great at this point in time. But still. I mean, whenever this guy wants to attack, I'm down for it, you know? I'm just going to stay with him. He's going to go now. I don't want to say it in caps. You could go, maybe? I'll say it carefully. I mean, I don't want to force him to go here. I'm going to click even more SCVs. So then he's going to have, what is that going to be? 40 SCVs on his army or so. Going to be a lot of freaking... Yeah, here's the triple force, by the way. Going to have a lot of SCVs there. A couple of Vikings as well. I could target a bunch of things. That guy is now making carriers. Okay, needs to be very careful in this fight. That guy still has a lot of stuff. Here you go. The SCVs have arrived for the repair. I mean, it's a lot of workers. The workers are really doing their best over here. They're repairing everything they can. It's kind of hard to see. This guy is about to lose his entire base, by the way, which is nice. Yo, look at these carriers. They're actually staying... Look at this carrier, guys. It's actually staying alive. No way. How cool is this play? This play is actually freaking awesome. Now, these Vikings are also going to win against these Stalkers, by the way. Because Vikings are really, really good against Stalkers. They do bonus damage against mechanical, it is, I believe. And his army is actually staying alive, as well as my SCVs. Then the Vikings are coming in, which are really, really good behind the Phoenixes. That guy is angry at his ally, even though I really don't think he did such a poor job, to be honest. I mean, I wouldn't blame my ally in this case, but... You know, who am I? Obviously, I didn't see everything that went down. But that was a very, very, very cool play. I feel like everything worked out. The SCVs were healing like crazy. Also tanking because I lost like freaking 30 of them or something. And then the Vikings behind the Phoenixes. Phoenixes were tanking. Vikings were shooting the Tempest down with their long range. This actually worked as well as it possibly could have for this strategy. I mean, once again, Medevac Zealot would still be awesome. Maybe you get it for the next game, but even here, the support strategy worked fantastically. And I'm happy to take this role as well. Like, sometimes my unit compositions, I have to be aggressive and I have to do all the damage. This time, it was my teammate doing all the damage and me just sending SCVs and making Vikings to help him out. So that is very, very cool. And I can probably pick those up into the air for a little bit. Make sure those Tempests die under those shield batteries. I have a bunch of SCVs showing up as well. I still have 70, by the way, because I've just been making so many. Guess I should have saturated this one a little bit faster as well. Yeah, this guy doesn't have anything left in his base. I think this guy's still here because he has such good upgrades. Like, don't forget, he's on triple forge 222. Kind of doubt... Yeah, okay, he's only working with one of those forges. I was going to say, I doubt he has money for 333. Like, that is very, very expensive. Because I might as well take care of this base. Planetary is going to keep me safe here. Need to make sure that I drop that depot. I'm going to help my ally as well with those 5 Vikings that are coming in. He has cannons too. And yeah, this was fantastic. Easy computer. He didn't, you know, necessarily go with the strategy that I had. I think I told him to make Zealots at the start. You make Zealots. Yeah, he didn't go with that strategy, but he was compliant, you know. He helped me when I needed him. I helped him when he needed me. And I think this was a very successful collaboration between me and the easy computer. As many times in the past with my AI challenges, right? This guy probably has the base over here. Yeah, exactly. I knew he was, he had something, else he wouldn't still be in this game for sure. Now, I mean, here's the thing with carriers, guys. If you ever lose your critical mass, you are no longer beating carriers. It's, I mean, now I'm enjoying it. Normally, I wouldn't enjoy it that much because I'm not a huge fan of how strong carriers are in freaking team games, but... yeah, here, with this strategy, it was absolutely fantastic. You might even have this base down here. I do think that players that play like this, that are just like very slowly expanding and never losing their army, is definitely a good way to play 2v2 for sure. Like, a lot of times you see people just be like a little too inefficient, dragging their army out. Oh, this guy has so many freaking bases, actually. GG is called from a red guy. I think blue guy hasn't even left the game yet, even though it... hasn't felt like he said or did anything for a while. I mean, I guess he's rebuilding in the left. You know, normally I would have cut these games out a little earlier because I don't want to have you guys wait, but somehow I also think it's pretty satisfying to just see these bases get destroyed one by one. I'm going to look at the efficiency, and I want my teammate to be the most efficient player here. And exactly, it was the most efficient player by far. 7,400 resources lost, mass carries with +3, with mass SCVs repairing it, Vikings to shoot the Tempest down from afar, and this was just a fantastic play. I couldn't be happier with a carrier game than this, to be honest. Like, normally carrier games are not too hype, but in this situation, it was very, very cool. It was not the last game yet. Let's go play another one. Okay, game number 3 is with a random player against a Protoss and a Terran. Now let's see if this is the game where we can make our perfect idea happen. Actually, I didn't mention this, by the way, but you can also do this with a Terran teammate. In fact, I think me and Goblin did that once by accident, where I think I made bio and he made medevacs, and then he would just click medevacs on my bio and share control pretty much. So even with a Terran, you can do it. Well, my teammate's going to be Zerg here, so we're going to have pretty much one final attempt at going for medevac Roach. I have a really nice build. Want to try it? Sometimes I feel like such a salesman. It's like, I'm trying to not scare them away right away. Like, hey bro, make roaches, you got to. You can try it. Ah, but I need you, my friend. How can I bring this to him? I make medevacs, and you make roaches. It's very cool and strong. I have to add cool in there. I mean, like I said, it is a cool build for him because he actually gets to play just stronger. If he wants to, I will have Vikings too. If he wants to make anything else, I'll still make medevacs and just click them on his unit. So because it's Zerg, this is going to be a little easier for me. But yeah. He's scared of air. I mean, we are playing as Protoss Terran, so it's a fair point to bring up. Protoss Terran very often does go for air, especially from the Protoss side. But then I can kind of do the same thing I did last game, where I make like a lot of Vikings and blah, blah, blah. I should probably scout with this guy. Do want to know a little bit what's going on. I got punished in the last 2v2 tournament I played a little bit because they know that I never scouted when I had a Zerg teammate. And then they just did like proxy 3-gate link flood against me or something. And I think I had one unit and like not even a wall. So I think scouting in a random ladder game would be a good idea for sure. Yeah, I mean, doesn't really matter what he's going to do. If he wants to try it, we're going to go for it. Yeah, Phoenix is probably the most annoying thing we could go up against just because it's hard to make enough Vikings to counter the Phoenixes. That guy should really have a unit already, so I'm not quite sure where his Reaper went. Kind of want to scout the Protoss more than the Terran. Let's see. Okay, there's a supply depot. Let me open that for you, my king. There's nothing on this side, so that looks like a regular gate expand. Is gonna die at some point. Maybe I can deny this. Oh, he won the initial. Oh, I microed him there. Let's go. I got one extra hit off. That was beautiful. And I can micro my way. That was a painful misclick as well by Mr. Guy. It looked like he used right click to target my Reaper, which, yeah, I mean, that's not recommended. You can see why. That is absolutely painful. This was Nexus first, by the way, I think, right, from this guy. I didn't say it before, but I did feel like his cybernetic score was slightly delayed. Okay, good mic. He's kind of microing like an AI. You guys see it very fast on the pro pools there. Not bad, Mr. Guy. Let's see. Fat daddy. not bad. Okay, I'm not going to say that again. Sounds horrible. All right. I guess we're going to go for a secondary reactor here. My friend is going for Roach Warren plus the lair. Okay, I mean, my teammate strategy or his build so far is absolutely perfect. Because he's going to go for Roach speed fast and he's going to go Roaches fast. Let's see if I can juke it. Oh, that was so close. I went through all the stages of emotions there. That was about to be world's greatest juke, and it kind of still was, but it still died, unfortunately. Okay, I think I'm just gonna make medevacs right away then. I haven't seen... Or maybe should I make the initial pair of Vikings? Yeah, he's not gonna have the roaches yet. Okay, so I'll make the one pair of Vikings, and then... Okay, Oracle coming. And then I'll go for the medevacs after. Let me see if I can run in. Okay. He's not making anything from that Stargate. That is very good news for me. Because then I can freely go for the medevacs, of course. I'm going to make starport number 2. He has a Spore Crawler here as well, so that's great. Yeah. Was it actually? No, it was a real Oracle, yeah, of course. Okay. Dude, Spore Crawlers do so much damage now. You guys see that? After the patch, they're actually crazy. They do so much freaking damage. I've had a couple games where I fly an Oracle into a Zerg mineral line. I see a Spore, and I'm like, you know what? I'll target a couple drones. How much damage can I really take? And then, you know, before I can say a sentence like that, my Oracle's dead. Like, they're actually crazy right now. Okay, let's see. He's going to go for Roach Speed and +1. Yeah, this build is good, guys. This build is very, very good. Okay. And if my scouting was correct... Well, my scouting was correct. If my opponent it did not make another Stargate unit after that scout, then we are going to be absolutely golden here. So we are playing against a Terran who can make tanks, of course. So okay, he has an Oracle here. Let me try and help him with my Viking. This is a really good ping. Yo, this teammate's kind of popping off here. It's barely not going to die, right? No, it's 1 HP. Here, I'm going to land this over here. I'm going to click more medevacs on my guy's roaches. It's actually quite nice, the medevac or the Viking harassment over here. Look at this. These probes are getting toasted a little bit. I shouldn't have lifted it off, I think. Even this guy's getting absolutely annihilated by 1 Viking right now, by the way. Let me target those low HP guys. I don't think I can get away. Maybe 1 more. Okay. So I have a lot of medevacs for this. Actually, probably a little too many, right? I mean, it's a lot of medevacs. His units are probably not going to die very fast, but tanks are still going to be good against it. Did I make an engineering bay? There we go. I literally made it like 2 seconds before I said that, I think. Sometimes I'm also a little forgetful. Let's see. He's going to get speed pretty soon. I think that should be... Maybe it's already finished, actually. Let's see. Yeah, speed is already finished. He's going to go for double upgrade roach. Okay. Going to go for a scan. It is a robo bay. I would kind of like him to go. Oh, by the way, if he goes for Colossus, my Vikings are going to be very good against that. So that's not even so bad for me. I think I saw a stasis ward there. Either a stasis ward or an observer. Not 100% sure. Let's see if I can get a nice hit. Pretty decent hit on the Marines there. Obviously, dude, look at this. I think I'm going to boost as well. I'm going to boost. Oh, this is going to be hype. Let's see. Look at the roaches. Oh, he actually triggered a stasis ward too. That was very nice. This must be the craziest thing they've seen for a while. The roaches are actually surviving very long. This guy is targeting the freaking medevacs. Yeah, I mean, he can back off whenever he wants. I am sure that he's going to be a little disappointed. Honestly, I don't have anything I can do in the fight besides just A-move my medevacs. Like, it seemed like he had to retreat for a while. I stayed around, and I think maybe he... honestly, what it looked like was that he played against Terran a couple times, and you know sometimes you fight against Marines and the Marines just don't die. I think he thought that's what his roaches were going to do, you know? Like, they were just literally not going to die, but sadly they did get cooked a little bit in the end there. I'm going to go for armor upgrades, I think. That would make sense. Maybe I can repair a couple... I did make way too many medevacs. I should have had some more Vikings at this point. Did I get... Yeah, here's the armory. Once again, I made it 2 seconds before I said that. Okay, so I'm just going to spam Vikings for now. Should I fly into the main? There's a good chance it's a good idea. Let's do a little scan here. Oh, maybe there's an attack. Okay, I'm just going to ping that for him. I'm going to click my medevacs on his roaches again. I'll just ready the Vikings on his roaches too, just like I did last game. And these are going to fly into the main base. Double armory is going to be nice. It's not going to kick in super fast, though. So I guess we're going to have to be a little patient with that. Okay, my Vikings are going to be so good against the Colossus. Roach, medevac, Viking against Stalker, Colossus. I feel like our army should definitely beat that. Especially if I get servos, because then I can be landing the homies as well. Okay, here we go. There's a tank out here. That tank is going to get absolutely annihilated. He's pulling the SCVs, which is good for us, by the way. Because then those are going to die as well. Yeah, I'm ready. I got some Vikings as well. We're going to annihilate this fight for sure. Like, he has a couple of force fields. There's a stasis there. Needs to be very careful of that stasis ward or it's going to hurt like crazy. He gets the stasis ward. The medevacs are absolutely working overtime. He's getting closer to the Colossus, and there we go. I feel like on both fronts, our armies are doing very well. My Vikings have actually killed every single Marine, which means I can now kill the freaking medevacs for free. Look at this. Those are going to die as well. My 4CC is finishing. Wow. Okay, now it's a good time. Let me kill that freaking Oracle that has been alive for way too long. Like, here's the thing. If you get into a position like this, where they lose kind of like their snowball amount of units, then the roaches are just going to stop dying because of the medevacs, right? At least if he keeps them together. Let me send my Vikings to kill that Colossus. No reason to have that live for too long, of course. I do think there's a couple of Marines that are going to be coming from the high ground soon. Then we're going to snipe it in time. There we go. It's going to die. I can actually land these two, and I would kill that entire army. You should feel free to go. I've killed the Colossus already. Let me send the medevacs forward. Oh, man, this is actually very cool. Okay, the first fight looked bad, right? Because, I don't know, maybe he was like a little bit too overconfident in the medevac Roach composition. But I'm very happy that he didn't give up. Like, I know a lot of teammates, I'm not exaggerating, that would have just given up instantly or typed like an XD or something like, this sucks, why would you make me do this? But he kept playing and it ended up being absolutely fantastic. The Roaches did not die in that last fight. Vikings were there for the Colossus, also to fly into the main base. I think I can do that again, actually. I'll just keep my medevacs over here, so the Roaches are going to be very strong. He also has 2-2 at this point, which is absolutely brutal. You know what would make this even better, by the way? If... Well, he didn't realize I killed his entire army in his main base already. What would have made this even better if he had Burrow and he would have somehow managed to freaking Roach Burrow micro to get the extra healing as well. That's the only thing that would have made this better. Pat Daddy, I did say it again after all, is not happy with his teammate. And there we go. And we did it again, guys. This is so cool. Look at this. Okay. I know some of you might be disappointed in initial fights, like, he lied to us. This was disappointing. Look at this. My teammate made the least efficient composition in the game, Mass Roach, and he was the most efficient player. There you go. That's exactly what we want. If you look at what we lost, we lost less than this Protoss. Like, that is actually insane. Medevac Roach, or in general just playing Terran as a supporting role, did definitely seem to work today. I think this game was awesome. First timing attack, maybe not the best idea, but after that, Medevac Viking Roach was very, very good. The last game was a lot of fun, repairing the carriers, the Vikings as backup. All in all, a very successful episode, and that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys had a fantastic time. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.